Relax, settle in for the ride. It's game day, baby. Let's take it in stride. Are you ready to rumble? The stage is set. With the lights ablaze and no room for regrets. It's eyes are screaming. Adrenaline's popping. From the kick-up to the buzzer, the excitement is jumping. So grab your chest, let the games ignite. I still see the games ignite. Bringing the thunder, it feels so right. It's the thunder, it feels so right.
Expected to be in the MVP conversation. What are you talking about? Patrick and I are right here.
Yeah, man, we're the usual suspects.
Not you guys. Everyone else. Drake May. Yes, Drake May. You know, you really f*** things up for everyone. Drake May? Yeah, I think we were all hoping the Patriots would have to wait a little longer than 5 years before coming across another god-tier, world-beating quarterback. But then here comes Drake May. All right, seriously, though, which one of you is planning to win this thing? I'll take it. No. Daniel, I love you. You're playing great. But if anyone's going to win MVP from this team, it's me. But I'm the quarterback. Yes, but I'm leading the league in rushing. But he's the quarterback. Yes, but I have 4 3-touchdown games.
Yeah, but he's the quarterback.
Yes, but I'm on pace to have one of the best rushing seasons of all time and am clearly the engine behind our 7-1 season. Are we really going to allow ourselves to be this blinded by quarterback bias? Drake, I hate all of you. Stafford, how are you doing this? Didn't you have a back injury that was supposed to put your career in jeopardy? That's what I wanted you to think. All part of the plan. Get everyone to let their guard down and then blindside by having one of my best seasons ever. So you didn't have a back injury? Oh no, I did. Yeah, the combination of substances I had to take to be ready for this season would probably kill a small horse. Yeah, but you didn't take anything banned or we would have known about it. Can't ban something you never heard of. I got this stuff from foreign countries that aren't even on the map. I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that. You ever heard of Jaborkistan? No, exactly. Drake May.
Get set for the thrill. It's game time now. I will send you to the crowd. Let me show you how. Scores are dropping, wheels are turning, aces high. We're rocking every moment, reaching for the sky. So catch your breath and strap in tight. We're bringing the heat, it feels so right. Lights are flashing, the crowd's in a roar. Get ready for action, it's what we live for. It's game time now.
What up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ROMA Sports, where we go around the country and the world and talk sports. I'm AK, your favorite guy, and tonight, championship weekend is here in college football. What are the implications? Who's in, who's out? Then we look into the front runners of the MVP in the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs playoff hopes, and the MLB off season. We got our very special guest. He is back. I don't know why he's back. I don't know why you would even come back to the show, but I'm
Why
just
not?
kidding.
I love you guys.
We
What's
love
up,
you too.
everybody? What
We
up,
love you
AK?
too, bro.
I know. All right, fine. I'll take it back just this once. But, anyways, how you doing, Salty? It's been a minute.
I'm pretty good, man. How are you guys?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. Great to see
Good,
you,
man.
bro. I had a checklist here of all the negative things that I did not want you to not come on the show, but I'm gonna throw that out because that's a bogus list. Great to see you, bro. What's going on?
You too, man. Other than being a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan, right? Like that's the number one reason not to have me on.
Yeah, that too. You nailed it.
We were talking about this backstage right before we left, and we were talking about how Notre Dame, how a lot of teams don't want to play them now. So give us some insight on as to why that is.
Well, so the Big Ten is obviously been discouraging Michigan State from maintaining those rivalry games. That's just a given. They discouraged Purdue from signing a 10-year contract for the in-state rivalry game. They're trying to ice out Notre Dame to force them to join a conference, which is really kind of stupid because they have a contract with the ACC that they can't get out of until 2036. So it looks to me like the Big Ten is just a bunch of wusses, and they're dodging Notre Dame because they don't want to play tough teams non-conference. I mean, you look at every single Big Ten school now, even USC is doing this. FCS school, barely G5 school. We should really call them G6 schools.
Except for UCF.
Padding their schedule with these cupcakes. And then they're like, oh, but we have a really tough schedule because of our conference play. And my thing is always, if you're playing a bunch of cupcakes non-conference and then each other, how do we gauge that you're any good? Like, because ESPN's financially invested in the conference, and so they tell us that you are. Because I'm not buying it. I say play Notre Dame. We're not joining a conference. We have money. We don't need your money. Suck it.
All right. That's it. I hear you. I mean, coming from the grounds of the Fighting Irish, the tunnels. But hey, listen, let me ask you a question. If you were the Irish, would you? I mean, they're making cake, bro. I mean, you wouldn't even want to not have anything to do with these guys that are giving them contracts like ESPN, NBC, stuff like that. That's the positive for them. And the negative for the teams, the smaller clubs, is they're probably not going to win. So that's going to ruin their hopes in their little conferences. So it's positive, double positive for Fighting Irish, and a negative for any opponent that wants to step into that schedule.
I don't think it is, though. I think that if schools, because like Texas A&M beating Notre Dame with two stupid holding calls at the end that were ignored because the rest are terrible and always want Notre Dame to lose. Whatever. That's a big feather in Texas A&M's hat, and it looks really, really good when you can come in and you can beat them. Miami, the same thing. The only ranked opponent that Miami has on their schedule, the only ranked win they have, is against Notre Dame, and that is a big feather in their cap. Now, if they hadn't sucked it up and against SMU and Louisville, we wouldn't even be having the debate of Notre Dame, Miami. And everyone remind the world that head-to-head does not matter when you lose to unranked opponents. Do you know how I know this? 1993.
Was that Darryl
Notre
Boston?
Dame beat Florida State. They were ranked 1. The next week, they lost to an unranked Boston College in the Catholic Bowl. Guess what happened? Florida State went ahead of Notre Dame. Head-to-head didn't matter because Notre Dame lost to an unranked team. The regular season matters. And that's what the committee is reminding everybody. The regular season matters. So when you schedule Bethune School of Cooking, it's going to hurt your resume. You're
going to piss off a lot of people with that comment.
Now, let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, Saul. College football is probably and college basketball are the only sports that actually extend into the following season regarding rankings, regarding strengths, power schools, their numbers, all that. It's kind of like you're building a franchise, like if you're playing Madden or something, a 10-year career.
Mm-hmm.
So why ruin your reputation if you just got to Mediocreville and reach out to Notre Dame and say, stick me in week 2 at Fighting Irish and beat me by 54?
Well, one of the things that you're going to get is you're going to get national coverage. So your players are going to get national coverage. It's good for your kids to be seen on the national stage. It's going to give you a lot of money. If you play well, you're going to have that coverage. It's better. I honestly think it's better to play Notre Dame in South Bend than to stick to your regional conference game where you're only going to be seen by, 6 or 7 or 10 states. When you play Notre Dame in South Bend, you're getting the entire nation watching your game. That's good for the school. And then you get money for doing that, which is good for the school. Yep. It is a win-win. It's just honestly, They're scared. And the Big Ten is petrified, but they also are trying to manipulate Notre Dame into joining the Big Ten, which is never going to happen. You had your chance back in the day, but Notre Dame was whooping up on Michigan, and you're like, we can't be beat by these Catholics. So then they were like anti-Catholic. So Notre Dame decided we'll play anyone anywhere. They went down to the SEC or down to the South, played the South. They went to New York to play, Navy and Army, and then they went to California to play UCLA and Stanford. And that kind of being afraid to play a bunch of Catholics made the school a national brand. Now Notre Dame is the conference that you're all afraid to play.
I mean, I just see it as, hey, Louisville don't have Lamar Jackson. Stanford don't have Andrew Luck. These teams don't have those significant quarterbacks that are actually going to step up and compete when they do play the Fighting Irish in Notre Dame. But this is a soap opera that will continue going into the
Very much
spring.
so. And I will say this. Notre Dame does not schedule FCS and barely G5 schools. It's Power 4 and Navy every single year. They scheduled SMU they scheduled Boise State this year when Boise State was ranked and was a playoff team. That's what Notre Dame does. While the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC are like, oh, let's play Illinois State or
Ken Shaw State. Let's fill them in quick.
Or Charlotte.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't. The schools. It's so ridiculous. Like ULM. What is ULM? University of what is like? Nobody is ever even heard of ULM.
University of Ligma.
EIU. Alabama playing EIU. What's EIU? You say? Is it like an engineering school? Eastern Illinois. No one's ever heard of Eastern Illinois.
It's old McDonald's like.
Yeah, EIO. And
the fact that Alabama was able to skip over Notre Dame while they have two FCS schools on their schedule is a joke. And then they're like, well, they played Missouri. Oh, look at Missouri's schedule. It's even more cupcake than Ohio State's.
And not only that, but Alabama lost to Florida State.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, they lost to Florida State, and Oklahoma being ranked as high as they are. And again, it's because the ESPN is always like, the SEC is the toughest conference. What is tough about a conference that schedules a bunch of cupcakes non-conference and then plays each other? How do I get the metric there? I can't get the metric there. It's like, the circle jerk.
AK,
and then it's a circle jerk, and you're claiming to get laid by all these girls. No one is sleeping with you. It's a circle jerk.
And there's a lot of girls in the water. But AK, let me ask you a question. Could you pull up the top 25? I want to see how many SEC schools are in the top 25. I want to see if they're hanging on to the threads and trying to make money off these clubs, thinking that they can get some big games going on. Alabama, Auburn, but Georgia. I want to see what's going on here. I want to see why the SEC is still being.
Yeah. Well, the reason I can tell you right now, the reason why ESPN has the most financial interest because they have invested a massive amount of money into the SEC.
You don't think CBS would have their claws in on the SEC? Be more
when you look at the amount of money that ESPN has sunk into their deal with the SEC, that is why you have the SEC being hyped as much as it is.
Yeah.
It's because of that. ESPN is financially invested more so in that conference than any other conference.
Well, if something goes wrong, the head honcho at ESPN is going to get fired for making the deal.
Honestly, when you look at the AP, right? The AP came out on Monday or Sunday, then adjusted Monday. And then they did the college playoff ratings Tuesday, and the discrepancy between the two is very troubling to me. It's very problematic, especially when you get to when you get 15 and below. The teams that they brought up, the teams that they dropped, I feel like very, very suspect. I am biased because I wanted Navy to stay on that there because it makes Notre Dame look better. Yeah. They took Navy off, and I think they took Navy off because they're trying to hype Miami more. They're trying to make Miami look better.
Yeah.
They're trying to
summer break,
they're trying to make
break.
I think ESPN is spending a lot of time focusing on Miami too, because they're trying to get Miami into the SEC. Because Miami, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Miami is actually in a lawsuit with the ACC right now because they actually are trying to leave it, along with Clemson, Florida State, and I think NC State.
If you're in a lawsuit with your employer, that's not going to go good. Win or lose. I mean, how do you show face when walking in the building? So how do you show face when actually representing that conference tag of SEC? Let me look at this. 14 teams, top 14.
Yeah.
50% of them are SEC teams. 7 out of 14 are
That's
SEC
insane.
clubs.
That's what do we got here? So we got
That's a goal.
so we got Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas, Vanderbilt. Dude, I feel bad for Vanderbilt. They were almost there. They were almost there.
Yeah, but let's do a little thought experiment real quick. Let's look at Georgia's schedule for a moment, shall we?
Yeah, why not? They have a really big, sick game coming up this
Marshall. Oh my gosh, Appalachia State.
Yeah.
Oh, what a powerhouse! Ooh, they barely beat up on Kentucky. Kentucky's absolute garbage this year.
They gave up 40 points against Tennessee and barely won.
And then they play Charlotte. That is 4 really soft, really weak, again, FCS and barely G5 schools, man. That is an embarrassing schedule. When you look at Vanderbilt's schedule is terribly weak. It is so, and they're talking, we should be in the playoff. Look at Vanderbilt's schedule, man. It is, give me a flipping break, dude. Look at that.
They went 9-0, I think, and they went 2-2 in their last 4.
Charleston Southern? What is Charleston Southern? Has anyone even heard of Charleston Southern? No, you have never heard of Charleston Southern.
It's like a mechanic school.
Yeah, right.
Charleston
like
Southern school of automotive mechanics.
Yeah, bro. Guys with a bunch of wrenches, they're gonna hit you in the knees on the way down the field.
They played the Georgia State Panthers. Ooh, Georgia State. You know,
you're right.
Like, come on, man.
You're right.
Like, this is pathetic, dude. And that another 3. You got Utah State Aggies. Everyone knows the Utah State Aggies are barely. They're like a whack school from back in the day. Like, give me a break. What are you talking about? Like, you shouldn't even be playing them. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
There you go.
Yeah. And look at the 2 losses. I mean, Miami and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Those are 2 solid clubs, regardless of their number in front of them.
Again,
but that was a combined 4 points.
Yeah, a combined 4 points. And again, if you watch the games, they were very close games the whole way. Miami, the ACC refs are terrible. They called a stupid penalty that wasn't a penalty against Notre Dame, and then Miami was able to kick a field goal to win the game. And then you watch the A&M game, and that last play, 2 of the defensive linemen rushing broke through and got tackled from behind. No call. Completely ridiculous. It was completely ridiculous. And that's the thing, is why it's frustrating being a Notre Dame fan, because you know that you always are playing against the team and the refs. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
That's why Marcus Freeman's got to up his game, and Notre Dame's got to up their game and pay some money for some actual good coordinators. Like Ohio State, they're paying for coordinators, and it shows. Notre Dame needs to do the same thing.
Yeah, they're opening their wallet. Notre Dame, their coaching staff is in shambles, bro. I mean, absolutely. Let's call Charlie Weiss. Let's do something. Where's Lou Holtz? Let's pull him out of the grave.
Look at the scores at the rest of these games: 56-30, 56-13, 28-7, 36-7, 34-24, 25-10, 49-10, 37-15, 70-7, 49-20.
You can tell they got their defense in order from week 7 to 12 or whatever.
But unlike Miami, they were putting their second string in the second in the second half. In the third and fourth quarter, they were putting their second and third strings in. So Pitt, dude, if you saw the Pitt game, Narduzzi called a timeout with 5 seconds left when Notre Dame was calling timeouts when Notre Dame was running down the clock, and then called a timeout with 5 seconds left to score a touchdown against the third string defense. It was ridiculous. And then Narduzzi was calling timeouts to help Miami score another touchdown. Like, it's crazy how much they're doing. And they're like, oh, Miami beat Pitt more. No, Miami didn't dominate that game. Notre Dame dominated Pitt. Like they dominated them so much that they were bringing in freaking Minchie in the fourth quarter. Like, give me a break. Come on, team.
I mean,
Beck is throwing touchdowns with 50 seconds left. Like
they want their vending machines filled for the next 10 years, so they'll give you some more points on the victories.
Yeah. Now I will say something. I called Texas A&M. All right, beginning of the year. I also had an underdog that I called right before the season started, and they're sitting at number 25.
Oh, James
Madison. They cracked the tizzle.
Madison.
What does that schedule look like?
That looks like a lot of points scored by James Madison. That's what that looks like. I mean,
Weber State, Louisville, Liberty, Georgia Southern, Georgia State. Like, I mean, they shouldn't be in the top 25, dude. I'm sorry.
They lost their biggest game on the schedule, which was Louisville.
I mean,
recognizable.
Their biggest win actually is Washington State, I would say. I would probably argue and say that Washington State's their biggest, I mean, Washington State used to be a Power 5 school, obviously. The Pac-12 imploding has really hurt, some of these teteams, but I mean, they should not be ranked. That's just stupid.
Do you bet? You gamble? Do you place wagers?
No, I don't. I refuse to gamble.
James Madison's usually 28 to 35 point favorites every week.
Really?
That just tells you how better they are against the schools they schedule.
Yeah, that's when you see that, you shouldn't be ranked because of that. Like, Navy is a better team than James Madison. I'm sorry, they are.
What about North Texas, AK? How's their schedule?
Yeah, so North Texas. I mean, they were actually leading South Florida at one point during their game, and I think that, let's see, where's North Texas? I think that was their only loss was South Florida. If they didn't lose that game and they would have beaten the South Florida team that was ranked at the time, they'd be sitting probably in the top 13 right now. They have like some really crazy not a high-powered offense, but one of those like sprint offenses.
Okay.
Where as soon as they get tackled, they're on the ball ready to go. It was actually pretty impressive to see how they played.
They're very well coached too.
Yeah, right here, South Florida, 63 to 36. This was because South Florida, they just have better coaching, and they have slightly better players on their team, and they just ran away with it in the second half.
South Florida's coming up for sure. I think South Florida is going to be a bit. Didn't they lose their coach, or was it South Florida that lost their coach, or who was it? One of these teams.
I thought it was
Tulane.
Tulane,
right?
The Wave.
Oh yeah, it was Tulane. Is that right?
Yeah, no, you're right. And they play North Texas this weekend.
Is he still coaching, or is he leaving? Like Lane Kiffin?
You can't announce it until it's over, right? So.
How crazy was that? Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna stay at Ole Miss." I was like, "He's leaving. Get out of here." That guy, dude. Any school that hires Lane Kiffin is like a guy that marries a prostitute. Like, that's not a winning deal. Like,
no.
if you have a girl that was married and you were the other guy and you were having an affair with her, and then you marry her, she's going to cheat on you. That is Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is a cheating hoe. And when you marry a cheating hoe, you're going to get cheated on by the hoe.
You know it. It's like a serpentine. Listen, do you think Lane Kiffin's going to stay in college football, or is he going to go to the NFL and grab a job? And do you think Bill Belichick's going to leave North Carolina and maybe Lane Kiffin will slide right into Tar Heel land?
No, I think Lane Kiffin is going to blow up college football because LSU is giving him a massive amount of money every year to buy players. And I think he's going to end up exposing how bad the situation really is with the NIL. I'm pro NIL, but it is a bit of a wild. It's a bit wild right now, and there does need to be some guidelines and some regulations on it. I think to just make it even the playing field for competition. So he's going to expose that, and the NC2A is going to have a problem on their hands. And I think he's going to be at LSU for about 10 years, wreaking mad havoc. However, I do not believe the SEC will have a national championship team for quite some time because the new play. I don't, because they're, as much as they flood it, now that there's 12 teams, they can no longer put 2 to 3 teams in the playoffs and, the roll of the dice, it's an SEC team. They have to now play teams that actually can play football instead of, and they don't do well non-conference when they're playing strong schools because they're weak the entire year. The good thing about having a strong schedule is, like Texas A&M, they're battle tested, Notre Dame's battle tested. Schools that have tough schedules are battle tested, and they will do better longer term as long as they can stay healthy. These teams that play these weak schools, dude, I mean, look what happened last year. You didn't have an SEC team, down the stretch other than Texas, which was basically it's a Big 12 school.
Yeah. If anyone's going to touch the gold, it's going to be Georgia, maybe out of that conference in the next couple. But I think you're right. But from 12 to 25 is a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes it a little bit more enticing, especially the next year. You look forward. I want to jump up. I want to jump up. So again, SEC got, they got to, someone's got to make a chess move.
Now, here's the thing. A new challenger has entered the chat, and that is Indiana.
Yo, forgot about the Hoosies.
Let's look at Indiana's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They have a quarterback.
Let's look at their schedule because
their quarterback is actually really good.
Now,
look at those first 3 games.
Understandable, but they put up points. They don't give up points. And this might be a Cinderella. We might not see them in the top 10 ever again. Never mind top 3, because if this kid leaves after year 1 and goes to the NFL, Martinez or
no, it's
I can't remember his name now.
Mendoza.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be screwed because this kid's the heart and soul right now. If they could touch him for 3 years, it'd be nice. But we'll see.
Look at, they've played all the weakest teams of the Big Ten, other than Oregon. Illinois was way overrated. The real test is how they do against Ohio State. I do not think Indiana's walking away from that game looking good. I really don't. I will be surprised. I'm confident that if Notre Dame played Indiana in the playoffs, it would be the same thing as happened last year. Except I think their defense is worse than last year.
Okay, but here's the thing. What if Indiana goes into this game and blows out Ohio State like 56-10?
Then I'll be impressed. I will eat my hat and be impressed, man. I will be like, wow, okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm wrong all the time. I just don't think I'm wrong here.
I don't think you are either.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to be a homer, but I mean, if they blow the doors off of a defense that is making history, I mean, this team Indiana's got to be something else. They got to be special, like big time.
That Ohio State defense is making history with who they're playing.
Hey, listen, I like chocolate cupcakes, vanilla cupcakes, custard cupcakes. I'll take any cup. I'll take a red velvet cupcake.
Yeah, their toughest game potentially was Texas, even though I think Texas was way overrated. Grambling, Grambling.
Dude, what happened? How like Ohio State and Indiana got like the luckiest schedule.
Yeah. Because the Big Ten is favoring certain schools, but the Big Ten is one of the worst conferences managed wise. It's way too big now, and the way that they're handling schedules is very suspect. And they're treating these Pac-12 schools like redheaded stepchildren, man. And I'm like, honestly, the Pac-12 schools got a raw deal. I got a new proposition for you guys. Are you ready? The independent, we don't need no conference, right? Where everyone keeps their money. No one does any profit sharing, but it becomes its own conference, and it will have USC, Oregon, Washington, Stanford, Berkeley, UCLA potentially, UConn, Miami, Clemson, NC State, and Florida State, because they're all pissed off and unhappy with their big moves to their conferences. Everyone should be independent. Let's go.
So it's kind of like the old basketball Big East now.
Notre Dame is the judge, jury, and executioner in the
They had like
league.
they had like 26 teams in that conference. Jeez, it was crazy.
Yeah, dude, this is it. What is it? 18 schools now? That's too many, man. And they're trying to get more. They want to get Notre Dame. It's like, dude, and it doesn't make sense because like the Pac-12, honestly, the Pac-12 imploding has been really bad for college football. It really has.
Well, because USC dominated that shit. Oregon was killing it. I mean, the Pac-12 just disintegrated.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. It's just so mismanaged. Mismanaged.
Arizona, the Wildcats in basketball when they were hot. I don't like to see conferences that have been here since I was born leave.
Yeah. No, unless it's the WAC, which basically the Big 12 is just the WAC on meth.
Yeah, and the name says it all. You're WAC at the out.
Yeah, but the Big 12 is the WAC now. I mean, like you look at the Big 12, you're like, you guys are just the WAC on meth.
I've always said it should be the Big 8.
Oh, the Big
8.
The old
remember
Big
that?
The old
Jeez. What was that? That was like
just
that was
hated
the
yourself.
old. That was the old Big 12, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Big 8 became the Big 12. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but they also had SMU in that Big 8, didn't they?
No, it was Texas, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M. Who else? Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. One Huskers. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. So, but again, we got some big conference championship games coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Indiana. Now, in that game, number 1, number 2, which is kind of a coinkydink because you would want to see it at the end, but hey, we'll see it here in the conference championship. Indiana, it's in the state of Indiana, so Indiana gets that home game. FanDuel has Ohio State as a 4.5-point favorite. I think that's low. I think it should be at least 6 or 7. So they're going to give praise to Indiana. It's going to be a tough game.
I think it's going to be a disappointing game. I think it's just going to. I don't know, man. I haven't been impressed with either team too much this year. The games that I've watched, I'm like, I think that they're overhyped. I really do. I'm sorry. And I think that everyone's going to be trying to hype it, but the gut. I feel like everyone is going to watch a game and in their gut they're going to kind of be like,
Yeah. I think Ohio State was playing Illinois about 6 weeks ago, and my buddy calls me up at the half and he goes, "Yo, bro, Ohio State makes it look boring. I gotta turn this shit off. It's like 31-0.
Yeah, what's the defensive coordinator?
Souls.
What's that defensive coordinator's name again? God, they paid a mint for him, and he's so good.
Let me get that for you there.
Oh, he's the defensive coordinator of Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came from he came from the NFL, and I can't remember what team he came from. Why can't I remember anything when we're live?
Matt Patricia.
Yeah, Matt Patricia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good, dude. I'm like, Notre Dame, take some notes. Go get some and pay them. Like when Notre Dame was interviewing the offensive coordinator from Utah, I was all sweet, finally. And then that dude was like, I want 1.7 million. They're like, yeah, no, that's cool. It's like, shut up. Your NBC deal alone is $50 million. You can afford it.
They grabbed Urban Meyer from Florida, and look what happened to Florida. They are like irrelevant. They are going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they had an entire prison system running through Florida at that time. Those guys.
See something, say nothing.
Jesus Christ. All right. Let's get into it. Fast and Furious. All right, so let's go into the NFL. All right, so last week we went over the teams that were in the wild card, right? And tried to figure out like jockeying for position or whatnot. This week we're going to go over the teams that are the division leaders. All right, so let's start with the AFC Patriots that are 11-2.
Crazy, man.
A lot of people are like, can't you wait like at least 5 years before you know? But you have to understand, they got lucky with Drake May. They ended up getting what's his name? The coach from Tennessee,
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, what a
fell into their lap at the perfect time.
Well, just goes to show you how terrible Tennessee is managed, because he was struggling so bad in Tennessee, and now he finally gets into a good program with a good GM, a good management, and he's just he's killing it, man.
Yeah, they gave him no help in Tennessee either. They didn't put
No.
that team together properly at all. But big praises to the general manager in New England to draft Drake May, the potential MVP candidate.
Who would have thought that some guy from North Carolina was going to be this good?
Hey, man, you never know. I mean, Daniel Jones, hey.
Now, I was going to say, Daniel Jones was supposed to be in New York.
You know what I mean? And he came out of Duke. Duke doesn't really give the NFL a lot of good football players. So.
No.
That's insane. Yeah, so I mean, there's not really much to say about them. They're probably going to be the 1 seed. Next, now we want to talk about pretenders, the 10-2 Denver Broncos.
Yeah,
So the worst best team in the worst second best team in the AFC. Every win's been garbage.
No, they're saying that this is the worst 10-2 team of all time.
Yeah,
it has to be.
It is.
It could have easily been 2-10
with a quarterback who's like 25th out of 30.
Yeah. It's an ugly team, man, and it's pissing me off. It is. I hate the Broncos, and it's just making me mad.
Yeah, John Elway is the what did John Elway pulls the strings there? He picks the players.
He's brilliant though. He knows what he's doing, man.
Man, it's just it's really tough when you
I
see
just can't believe Sorry.
No, I just can't believe I see a team at 10-2, winning these nail biters and
dude, every game.
Progressing.
It's starting to make me think that the NFL is scripted sports ball.
No, here we go with the whole scripted thing and the who was the guy, the Donahue guy from the NBA, the guy that was like that rigged the games against the Sacramento Kings.
Oh yeah,
Donahue.
Donahue. That's who
Donahue.
it was.
I forgot his first name. But
look, with sports betting being legalized on the level that it is, I think it's going to end up really hurting sports in the next 5 years, and it's not good. Like honestly, the legalized game, I'm like, gambling should be on reservations and at Atlantic City and Vegas, okay, not online. And I think I just don't see how it's gonna help the sport at all.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Gambling ruins the integrity of any sport, any game. You can't trust anybody. Someone's got a fifth cousin that's going to create an account and get the scoop.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Emmanuel Clase, I believe. So from the Cleveland Guardians, he ruined a $50 million contract for about $3,500. So, I'm just happy that ain't my guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You had mentioned something about the Adonis Viking quarterback looking Jags. What's going on over here with Trevor Lawrence? They finally create a motto of, hey, throw the ball down the field. I got some weapons and I got 2 good running backs. What's up?
Beating the Chargers and the Rams. What the?
Yeah, and hitting people. They hit, man. These Jags hit.
Hey, no, they beat the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
Like, what everyone they need to be at 8-4. They're allowed 8-4 right now.
Well, here's the thing. They have the number 1 run defense. Right. So they especially in a sport where, or at least in a year where they're going to have, where they have there's much better running backs now than there have been in the past, 10 years of the NFL.
All the running backs being used more anyway out of a West Coast offense style.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. They don't have the fastest defense. They've been burnt by a lot, and the fact that that Travis Hunter went down, which was a really big part of that. Somehow they stepped it up with the running, the run defense, and are forcing teams to throw it over top. So I don't know how their pass defense is, but I mean, they've been, what are they, number 3 or number 4 in takeaways?
Yeah, and
So
they
they've
don't
been
score a lot of
silently
points
been-
either. Yeah, they play field position good. They wait for you to make a mistake. They capitalize on their opportunities.
Mhm.
But you got to give a big ups to the coaching staff because your receiver goes down, and I got to change my game style. I got to use other weapons that are actually just as good, and they've been rocking and rolling, and they're 8-4, bro, and they're first place in the AFC South. So I like it.
I do like seeing Trevor Lawrence playing a little bit better. He's so hit or miss, man. I've been so disappointed. I thought he was going to do much better in the NFL. But it's nice to see that he's actually starting to win some games and not necessarily struggle as bad. His offensive line, though, I don't see that offensive line lasting through the playoffs because man, it's not good.
It's funny you mention that because they run their backs wides. They go on the flats. They don't really do damage up the guards and up the centers. And you're right about that offensive line. But they've been adapting pretty good,
No, I agree. And that's definitely going to be a team to watch. I mean, I can honestly see them or the Colts or the Chargers catching the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening over the
the Chargers beat the Broncos already. One of those 2 losses is the Chargers, and they're going to be playing again towards the end of the season in a couple of weeks. And we're going to see, man. And I think Harbaugh is going to shove it up their ass one more time.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, actually. It's a good,
dude, what was it last week? Let me see if I could figure out. So last week when we talked about it, where is it? Oh, you know what? I deleted it. Never mind. But anyways, so last week was horrible because the Jaguars not the Jaguars. I'm sorry.
The Chargers.
The Chargers. Not the Chiefs. What am I talking about? The Broncos.
Dang, that was one of the AFC teams. We were running out of clubs.
It took me forever to get out. I was like, one of these teams in the AFC West.
Okay.
No, so the Broncos have to play the Chargers once, and they also have to play the Chiefs twice.
Wow.
And then I think they have to play. I think the end of the year of their schedule is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it is
absolutely brutal.
And that's the other thing is they've been struggling against mediocre teams. What's the second half of the season going to be looking like? Or the last bit of it.
It's weird though because that number 1 team, the New England Patriots, they have the easiest schedule this year in the NFL. And in their remaining games, they have Buffalo once, and that's it. And I mean, other than that, I think it's Tennessee, Miami, and the Jets or some bullshit like that. So
Tennessee should just be a football team anymore.
Yeah, Geno Smith. Yeah, future Hall of Famer Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Future Hall of Famer in his own mind.
Oh man,
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of jokes.
Yeah, this is like, hey, you've been born, so we're gonna have to give you this. The Baltimore Ravens at 6-6. First place in their weak-ass conference, weak-ass division.
Look, you know who's coming up on them, right?
Oh, he's breathing.
These guys right here.
Talk to me. Is it?
You want to know what's insane? You want to know what's insane? Is that the Browns could actually win this division if they win out and a bunch of other things happen.
Yeah, you're talking 1%er.
It's not going to happen, but I will say that the Bengals, on the other hand, I think they're going to come back and win this division.
Yeah,
because
you got the tiebreaker so far.
Yes, because Joe Burrow is back, and then I believe does he face any of the other?
Let's see. I know they got the Brownies coming up. But again,
I think the Steelers are going to end up winning it.
You think Tomlin can get that crew back in order?
I think so. I have Tomlin is a great coach, man, and I think their biggest. I feel like their biggest weakness. Correct me if I'm wrong or you disagree. Is that offensive line, man, is really not getting it done.
Well, listen, yeah.
Other than that, I mean, if that offensive line can get their act together, I think the Steelers end up taking the division.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. When you have a very weak offensive line and a quarterback who is immobile, he can't move. It's 3-4 step. It's 3 steps forward. It's always shotgun with Rodgers, And if this offensive line gets burnt off the snap, or they send a sting or a blitz or a stunt, bro, you're in trouble. He's going down like a ton of bricks, and you're going to be 2nd and 16, 3rd and 12 all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more than just the offensive line, but the offensive line is terrible, and if they get burnt, it's over, as you can tell.
Yeah, I think the big issue though is that the offensive scheme that they're running, like they don't do enough. They're not doing enough just quick outs. You know what I mean? They're not like just quick routes. Pop, drop and pop, man. And I don't know what this court, like I'm watching, I don't understand the offense that they're running given the players on the field. Yeah. And I think that's really the issue. And honestly, if I'm Tomlin, I would risk firing the offensive coordinator, man.
I mean, they're not using Metcalf properly.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Because
No.
he's a stud.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, first team all day. And, he's drowning there. So he's going to go at the end of the year. I don't know what his contract looks like. I'll pull that up.
Come to the Chargers, baby.
Yeah, just get out of there if you want to continue to be great, because that's no good. But let me ask you a question.
He's not. He's going to the 49ers.
All right. Let's just say you're Tomlin and you're like, all right, listen, I got to make it. I got to change this up here. I got to save this season. I got to save my job. Mason Rudolph's the backup. I mean, bro, what are we doing? We ain't winning. I'll see you tomorrow night. I think Pittsburgh.
Bad. I feel bad for Rodgers. I was really hoping that he could kind of like have a season where he kind of felt like it was time to ride off into the sunset. And it's like, bro, I think that time for you to ride off in the sunset with your dignity intact is past.
Yeah. I love the journey he gave us for 15 years, but he's falling off the horse, bro. He's got one leg left on. He's like dangling, bro.
And he's taking way too many hits. He
broke his left bones in the hands. I mean, the guy's twisted, bro. And there's no Hashuka or whatever that is that's gonna save him. So
you see that giant mallet he had on his hand?
Yeah. Leon Lett is going to
hell is even
like Leon Lett.
Leon Lett.
These guys used to play with cast and just boast you over their head like a baseball bat. When they're coming in, boom, every play.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Now let's go over to the NFC. We got the Bears.
Whoa. How do you go from 13th to 9th to 7th to 4th to number 1 in the NFC?
Crazy.
Winners of 8 of 9, because they were 0-2. So they're 9-3. They mustered off 9 out of 11 or 10 or whatever. I can't even count. Sick, bro. Chicago.
Yeah, they went 0-2, and then they're 9. And then after that, it was 9-1.
No Pro Bowlers, just a very organized group that's linking and connecting and just moving the ball and being at the right place at the right time at the end of games.
Yeah, the fact that they're ahead of the Rams irritates me. It irritates me to no end, man.
What are we going to put on that rash?
Oh, it itches.
Yeah, but the Rams, I don't. They're at least 2 games up in their division, I would believe, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think the Rams are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year for sure. I don't think the Bears will be. I think the Rams will be Super Bowl contenders for sure.
Listen, no one's perfect, right, AK? I mean, there's a perfect season once, I believe. 86 Dolphins or whatever, and then your Patriots.
72.
Whatever it was, there you go. So no one's perfect. You're going to drop a game here, a game there. Stay healthy, get into the playoffs, grab home field advantage in the first round, and the Rams will be in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I don't know, because there are some really weird teams right now in the NFC that are there's a huge drop off after the Panthers. So I won't even talk about whoever's left, right? But from the Panthers and up, I mean, with the Cowboys, What do we got here? It's 27-37 right now in the fourth quarter. The Cowboys came within 3 points, and then I don't know what happened, but the Lions came back and scored in like within a minute.
Yeah. So I'm watching right now. They're going to challenge a pass interference, and they're going to get it. So it's going to be Dallas first and goal at the 6.
What's the score?
Oh my goodness,
27-37. Half left, and they have all 3 timeouts.
They're gonna lose. The Cowboys are gonna lose because God still loves us. Okay.
It's not God's It's not God's favorite team. I can tell you that much.
I don't think there's a team I hate more. I mean, no, there is. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Broncos. I hate everyone in the AFC West because I'm a Chargers fan. But I hate the Cowboys more.
Oh, those lightning bolts. Let me ask you guys a quick question before we move on. Who do you like? What movie do you like better, Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty?
Haven't seen either.
Interesting. Well, there goes my little howdy ho neighbor.
Is that like a psych test?
Howdy ho, Winslow.
I told you I got a checklist, bro. Rolling. You want to talk about the Panthers?
Yeah, so I know when we talked to so we talk about the Rams, Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are the Broncos of the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are. They're going to fall apart going towards the end of the year. They're going to backdoor their way into the playoffs somehow, unless the Cow. I mean, it's 4th and 3 right now.
It's funny. I feel like they got no cohesiveness in Philadelphia. Everyone's balking at.
Is it me or is everyone mad at what's his name? The
AJ Brown?
No, the quarterback.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Alabama.
I feel like everyone's just irritated with him.
Yeah, I think some teams figured them out. Their offense is like in quicksand, and I think they got a wing clipped. I think the Eagles got one of their wings clipped. I think they're going to start to recede.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're
right. A lot of that is their defense. Their defense definitely took a step back, and their offense, it's not. It used to be cute last year, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you a question. You know, say the last 5 games of the season last year, Saquon was getting 200 yards a game, bro. Yeah. He was unstoppable. He's having the worst season of his career. I think he's having a worse season than when he was on the Giants.
He is.
And that tells you something because he is like top 3 in the NFL regarding running backs as far as.
He's the best in the NFL, man. Yeah. When you talk about dual threat,
McCaffrey and Taylor.
No, I would any day of the week. He's struggling because the Eagles are struggling. You put him on another team that with a good offense. You put him on the Rams. He's.
You put him on the Rams.
Kyron Williams could cut it, and I think that would be a sick move if the Rams.
Dude, he would have like 4 miles rushing.
Yeah, no, it would be gross. It would be absolutely gross.
Because what do you do? What kind of defense do you play? Are we going to guard the run, or are we going to go up against Nakua and Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
I mean,
it would be not fair. You would see Madden level gains.
Yeah, ridiculousness. L1, R1, Circle O, spin, the whole 9.
That's hilarious. Yep. And then, of course, the Buccaneers who are 7-5. Yeah. But that's why I was talking about the Panthers, because the Panthers are 7-6.
Yeah. That division is a 1-gamer.
Yeah,
I honestly think the Panthers are going to steal this division.
No, it's got to be the Buccaneers because even Baker, come on.
I know. Listen, we love Baker. We love his tenacity, his heart and soul of the game, to be out there like a warrior. The dude's short, you know. He's like he's like Drew Brees short, and he gets it done, bro. He's playing right now with a broken shoulder. All right, that team's hurting, and I mean hurting literally and physically.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I will say that within the next 2 weeks, I believe that Mike Evans is supposed to come back.
Right, so we're getting some.
He's going to get hurt again. You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to sneeze on him, and he's going to be hurt again.
Yeah, he reminds me of the guy on the Texans, Nico
Collins.
Collins.
Get hurt during the coin flip.
I feel like he's made of paper mache. Yeah,
he's good though, man. You know.
I know he's great.
Yeah.
But he's made of paper mache. It might be time to hang it up.
Bucky Irving's back. Their defense is getting chopped up lately, giving up tons of points. It's only so much Baker could do. So.
Yeah, the defense is what's been hurting them big time. I think the offense hasn't been as strong as it could be, obviously, because all the injuries they have. But that defense ain't doing them any favors, man. It is very frustrating to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But what about my boy BY down in Carolina, Bryce Young? I mean, did he put it? Is he starting to figure it out?
I hope so. I like the kid. I liked him at Alabama. I'm hoping that I always like to see some of the nicer guys doing well. It's just weird though. He's so little. He's such a little guy.
Yeah, I see him as my tax guy. He's going to do my taxes at the end of the year. I feel like he's in that field. Nice guy I can trust. Here, do my taxes. I trust you. Just hit me with the fee. But dude, let me ask you a question. If you have a young upcoming quarterback that's in his third year right now and is about to turn that curve and make a name for himself, wouldn't you want young receivers who are not going to bark if he does do bad? And I mean McMillan, and I mean Legette. If he had an A.J. Brown and a Metcalf, they might be barking at him and they might not be where they are because he will be disgruntled, confidence.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though.
So I like young with young,
But Tetsiora McMillan is going to be a force to be reckoned with over the next couple of years. Like 6'5", 220, like hands, like he catches everything. He's a rookie.
He's got glue. I check his gloves. I swear he's got glue on him.
Probably. I love those glue gloves, by the way. All I do, Chris Carter, all I do is catch touchdowns. He had the sick gluey purples. But they robbed the Cowboys on draft picks and on Rico Dowdy.
Yeah.
They got a sick running back, bro. And Dallas got stripped from that move. So you put him in place now. Could you play a little defense? Don't turn the ball over, and they might win this division.
I feel like Bryce Young would have done better and would have been served better if he had played back, if he rode the pine for a year or two, and could have just learned, taking a few snaps here or there or whatever, but not. They threw him in the Lions' den, and I don't like the NFL doing that with a lot of these rookie quarterbacks because I feel like some of them have a lot of potential, like Sam Darnoldson. He was able to cook for a bit. He was able to kind of bounce around and and now he's killing it. He's doing really well in Seattle. And I feel like the NFL needs to go back to player development when it comes to quarterbacks, man. It's for real.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when a franchise is stuck with a quarterback for 10 to 15 years and gets that Hall of Famer, gets that stud, you're used to it, like Cam Newton. So now you draft Bryce Young and they're trying to create the nostalgia, the superstarness of Cam Newton. Not play style, but I need you to be my Cam Newton because that's what we had. We need that. We suck now.
Yeah.
And it's just like any other young quarterback that's thrown into the fire. They're looking for their old quarterback that they had, like the Giants, Eli Manning. We're looking for our next Eli Manning. So what did we do? Daniel Jones is just like Eli Manning. Turned out he wasn't like Eli Manning. You know what I mean? So when teams get stuck on that habit and behaviorment of that, they're kind of brainwashed, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Carolina got it going.
They do. I have high hopes for that team, and I like the style of football they're playing, man, or at least trying to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They looked great against the Cowboys. They really did.
Yeah, when they're putting up points and they're moving the ball and they're being relevant in that game and they're flexing muscle and they're winning 24-17 at half, oh, shit. This team could score. They could play. So
I'm trying to look up the
44-30 Detroit.
Nice.
Gibbs just had
Screw
a
you.
touchdown.
Screw you. Maybe
Is it good as an NFL team to have two superstar running backs that you have to rotate them in, like Pittsburgh? They're stuck with Warren and Charbonnet.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The Lions are blessed with Montgomery and Gibbs, but if that didn't work out, what are we doing? I feel like that double-headed dragon of running backs is a little dicey.
Well, if you pick the over in this game, And congratulations, because if you didn't, you definitely lost. You definitely lost your bet on that one. All right, I'm trying to figure out, because this next segment we're going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Because if you look, I'm not even going to play this. I'm just going to bring this back up here, because if you look at there we go. If you look at all the teams that are above them, the Chargers, the Colts, the Bills, the Jaguars, all of those teams beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Except the Colts, yep.
So as of right now, I mean, where are they? They're sitting at number 10 at 6-6, but they might as well be 4-12, because in order for them to make the playoffs, not only do they have to win next week against the number 8 team, the Texans, who's one game ahead.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
A massive collapse has to happen here.
Yeah.
I think one of the scenarios is that the Bengals would have to win the division in order for them to even make the playoffs.
What is the Chiefs' schedule for here on out? I mean, I know they play the Chargers again.
Yeah, they got the Texans twice. So good luck with that. The Chargers and then a cupcake, I believe.
Wait, they're playing the Texans twice?
Yeah, I believe so. Now,
I don't think
Kansas City.
Here, we got it right here.
Well, if you're Kansas City, you're banking on the Colts to have a collapse, because the Texans will win that division, and then you have the tiebreaker over Indy if it had to come down to same record. Plus, the Colts ain't the same that they were in the first 6 games. Daniel Jones is playing with a broken fibula bone in his leg.
Okay, so they've got the Texans, the Chargers, the Titans, the Broncos, the Raiders. Oh wait, no. Yeah, and the
Raiders. They're gonna beat the Titans. They're gonna beat the Raiders. They're gonna struggle against the Broncos again. They're gonna struggle against the Chargers again, and they're gonna have a hard time with the Texans.
I have the Texans winning.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs this year. Not at all. Because they're the only ones that you can count on for wins are Tennessee and the Raiders. It's the Titans and the Raiders.
The NFL's funny with Kansas City. They don't want them to not be in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes has been in the league 11 years. He's never missed the playoff. He's been in the playoffs every year of his career. He doesn't know how this feels. They've never been in this position in the last 15 years, bro. This is crazy for Kansas City. But I'll tell you something. The playoffs start now for them. They beat the Texans, right? Let's say Herbert ain't playing for the Chargers because he re-aggravates his hand because he got knocked out in that Jaguar game.
Yeah.
All right, he got hurt. Let's say he don't play and the Chiefs catch a break and they win that game. Now they play the Broncos, who are basically frauds in our eyes. Let's say they pull that off. Then they got the Titans and the Raiders. They could win 5 in a row.
They could. I still don't think it's enough for them to get in the playoffs, though, because it would take the Broncos and the Chargers completely, totally imploding, and I don't see that happening.
So you don't see the Colts dropping, though, and the Texans jumping them in a division so that the Chiefs and Colts will neck it out for that wild card spot.
I don't see the chart. I don't see the Colts imploding either. I just don't.
So this guy, he pretty much knows how this is going to work out.
Who's this guy?
They have to rip off 5 straight wins, okay? But here's where it gets interesting. The teams they play next, they're home for the Houston Texans, okay? Then they play the Titans and the Raiders on the road, and they finish up with 2 home games against division opponents, the Chargers and the Denver Broncos. Now, the division seems like long shot at this point, but here's why this is interesting, okay? And 2 games that the Chiefs have won may save their season, okay? Because right now you have New England as the number 1 seed, Denver as the 2. Pittsburgh is leading the AFC North, but only by a scant game at 6. And then you have the Indianapolis Colts, who are the 3 seed. Now, this is where it gets interesting, okay? The Colts are 8-3. Daniel Jones is dealing with a fractured fibula. And if you've seen him trying to work through practice, it ain't looking good. So if Daniel Jones isn't able to go for the Indianapolis Colts, have you seen the Colts schedule? The Colts haven't played Jacksonville once. They got to play the Jaguars twice. Jags are right now the 6th seed at 7-4. Right now the 8th seed, just outside the playoffs, the Houston Texans, with the number 1 defense in the NFL. They have to play the Colts, still have to play the Texans twice. And oh, by the way, the other 2 games they got to play, They got to play the Seahawks and the 49ers. There's a possibility
Jesus Christ.
that the Colts might win one game. down the
I
stretch,
take back
especially
everything I
Daniel
just said
Jones
about the
is
Colts
back.
not imploding. They may.
Now,
I didn't realize that was their
I
schedule.
don't even know where AK pulled this up from, but he pretty much said exactly what I'm thinking. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, listen, let me just say that, yeah, bro. I mean, the Colts might blow this whole thing, bro. Like,
Well, it is the
weird.
Colts, and it is Daniel Jones.
I mean, they went 7-1, and they were like way above everybody else, and now they're not even in the top 4.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went through all that. We went through Indiana Jones 1, 2, 3, and this is the part 4, and it's the worst movie out of all of them.
Yeah,
Goal.
we've seen this song and dance before as Giants fans.
And yeah, I mean, it's weird that Kansas City is even breathing. You know,
Seriously, whatever.
I
As
didn't
long as
even
my
realize-
Chargers make the playoffs. As long as my Chargers make the playoffs, they just
I
need a
didn't-
better O line to be healthy.
Bro, like he's got like oxygen as an offensive line. Like that's about it.
yeah, man. And getting rid of we talked about this last week. You know, you're missing J.K. Dobbins, bro. You got rid of that dude, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I don't think these young cats are cutting it.
No, well, Joe
Yeah.
Alt, if he could stay healthy, he's awesome. But getting rid of Dobbins was a giant mistake. I feel like Harbaugh's cooking though. Like it's still he's built. You got to understand, man. That program like it's a college football, but that team hasn't been great for a while, and so Harbaugh's coming in and he's trying to build something, and he's trying to build a franchise that actually can be good, and I think he will do it. It's going to take a couple of more years. It really is.
Next year, I think they're going to take a massive jump. If they can fix that offensive line and they can get a decent running back, like
Yeah, because
It's-
McConkey
Oh my
and
God.
Keenan Allen are just stud and stud.
Yeah, I still think that I don't like Johnson. I think he's taking up space. I would much rather see someone else there.
Yeah,
Because I like McConkey as a slot receiver,
yeah.
even though he's just awesome. But I want 3 good receivers, man, and I want a tall guy that can catch. And Johnston ain't cutting.
Yeah, really quickly. I mean, with a guy named Ladd, you know, I want him on my team too. That's number 1. But yeah, I mean, not cutting it at all, dude. And really quickly, KC 1-6 this year in 6 point or less
Yeah,
games.
which is crazy because it's opposite. It's opposite year for the Kansas City Chiefs because like the last 10 years with single score games, they were like winning them all the time. Like the win percentage was like
Every
90%.
year, too. You're absolutely right. So to be 1-6 in that category, that's really hampering them as well. So we'll see.
So right now we've got the Cowboys going down the field. Looks like Ferguson just caught the ball at the 23-yard line with 125 left.
He's got to have over 100 receiving.
Punch him in the dick.
Do you remember the first 2 weeks of the season for the Chargers? They Quentin Johnston had like 300 receiving yards. They thought he
What was
was
it?
like,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yo, this kid's great. Allen's hurt. He'll fill in. Don't worry." And then gone.
Yeah. Bricks. He's got bricks for hands, man, and it's embarrassing.
That's crazy.
Dude, Prescott's going for 400 yards right now.
Listen, he could sling it. He could sling the rock.
That is insane. My goodness.
He'll throw an interception right here. He's gonna throw an interception once.
He was on Oklahoma State, right?
Oh, nope, he just got sacked.
He's gonna throw an interception.
He was an Oklahoma State Cowboy, wasn't he?
Yes, I think he was.
Who?
Now
He was
Sooner.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi. No, yes, you're right. Golly, I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Too many names, too many schools.
I can't remember everything.
I know. All right, guys, let's get to the fans. Okay, before we head off into the sunset, I got my bets for this weekend. All right.
You are I'm gonna start calling you Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate. Look at that. All right, so we're going to go with my underdog pick of the week. All right, let me see if I can figure out where I did this. I think it's this one. Yes. So, my underdog picks for this weekend are first game, Houston Texans versus Kansas City Chiefs. They got the Houston Texans plus 155. I'm taking the Texans. Flat out, money line. That's how it is. I'm going to pair that, and people are going to think I'm crazy, with the Washington Commanders over the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, Mariota's flying.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, especially when I seen against the Broncos. I mean, he looked good.
Also, the Vikings suck, so yeah.
Double notch.
Yeah, pretty much. But so this one puts you at plus 265. All right, just those two games. Those are your freebies for the week. So now, I am not a tax professional, so don't come after me if one of these don't work out. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. All right, but those are my picks for the weekend as the underdogs of the week. Gargi.
Yeah, that game sounds very appetizing against Minnesota. How could you not bet against Minnesota? But I'm not going to do underdogs. I'm going to give you a winner. I'm going to give you the line. I'm going to give you two picks. And I'm really very confident in these two picks. I like Tampa Bay at home against the Saints, minus 8.5. They're competing for the division. They're home. It's about time they're home. Mike Evans might play. Godwin's back. Bucky's back. Mayfield's back. Give me the Bucks. Minus 8.5 at home. Over New Orleans. Call me funny. Call me silly. Give me the Seahawks on the road against the Falcons. Lay the 7. Seattle is a legit machine. And Cousins is the quarterback of your Atlanta Falcons. That's my two picks. Seattle on the road, minus 7. And your beloved Bucks at home.
I'm putting them in right now.
Not for us, Meister.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that bet. All right? And then I'm going to combine my bet with your bet.
Nice. Get a little
and
juice.
see what happens.
Squeeze the juice a little bit.
All right, so I'll take that. I'll take the Seahawks. I'll take the Washington Commanders straight up. And then I will take the... Where are they? Chiefs.
And you got the Texans on the money line, correct?
Boom. Yep. The Texans are the money line.
They're looking good. They're starting to heat up.
Plus 1895.
There you go. Now that's what I'm talking about.
If you get that,
squeeze.
My goodness, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a quarter unit on that one. Boom. There it is. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Before you guys leave, make sure you go to riseofmiddleamerica.com and check out our lineup of podcasts from history to news, pop culture, sports. We cover it all. At the top of the page are our socials, and at the bottom is a link to all of our merch. You can support us by going to the Real Roma _AK and hitting that subscribe button. Go to our Discord, sign up for one of our memberships, like, comment, subscribe, help us become the largest podcast network on the net. Thank you very much. Salty, it's been a pleasure. Stick around for a minute, Salty, so I can get all this stuff set up.
Thanks for having me, guys. I love talking to colleges of the sports ball, football.
You're the best, bro. Grinder. Love it. I love it.
Did you say grinder?
The grinder, this guy.
Look.
Little salt, little pepper.
Use my name and grinder in the same sentence, please, because that's totally homosexualist.
No.
All right. You guys have a good night, and we will see you next week.